Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Katie Greifeld.
All right, guys, let me go to some of the individual gainers. AMD, number 2 gainer in the S&P 500. Also, the number 2 gainer in the NASDAQ 100. This one rallying almost 9% in today's session. You know the news. Meta Platforms will be spending billions of dollars on AMD gear and has plans to buy AMD stock. Meta is going to deploy data center gear based on processors from AMD in a deal worth double-digit billions of dollars per gigawatt. Get into the story. It's on the Bloomberg, all the details, but definitely moving that name. Ticker KEYS, Keysight Technologies. Number 1 gainer in the S&P 500. It's a measurement instruments company, and this stock surging 23% in today's session after it forecast fiscal second quarter earnings, which beat the average analyst estimate. It also reported stronger than expected first quarter results. Speaking of AI, booming AI workloads, along with faster growth in other business areas, including wireless and defense, are all boosting growth, according to analysts for this company. And one more. This was your number 1 gainer in the NASDAQ 100. Thomson Reuters, ticker TRI. Stock up about 11.5%. Shares soaring on heavy volume in today's session. Biggest intraday gain, too, in about 17 years. Company said it reached 1 million professional users of Co-Counsel, its legal and business artificial intelligence tool, and announced that it was working with Anthropic's Claude model. Stock still down, though, about 31% year to date. But AI just in everything, and it definitely gets stocks moving, sometimes to the downside, sometimes to the upside.
Well, let's look at some stocks that did move to the downside today. It wasn't the worst performer in the S&P 500, but among them, Texas Instruments down close to 3% on the day today. This after the company indicated that spending on new plants and equipment will remain higher than some investors had anticipated. The company gave a presentation on Tuesday and said that expenditures will be $2 billion to $3 billion this year. That was the previous stance. Over the last 4 years, it's increased spending far above historical levels, citing the need to bring manufacturing back in-house and reverse an outsourcing trend. Also, taking a look at shares of Whirlpool Corp on the day today. This after it said it launched a concurrent separate underwritten public offerings of common shares and depository shares. Shares fell by close to 14%. The depository shares each represent a 1/20th interest in a share of a newly issued Series A mandatory convertible preferred stock, and the proceeds aggregate from the offerings are anticipated to be $800 million. And finally, Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly both falling today. This after Novo said it plans to slash the U.S. list prices for its blockbusters Wegovy and Ozempic next year by as much as 50%. Novo Nordisk ADR is down 2.6%. Eli Lilly down 1.6%.
All right. Not much movement in yields today, down up about 2 basis points on the shorter end of the curve, up about 2 basis points on the longer end of the curve.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.